Yeah, I don't know if you can.
That's my baby. I see it. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Knowing it's a line of people like. Hold on.
All right, we're running it. Let's go.
What's happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to In Your City. I'm your guy, Arrington. Gavin. Joining me always is my family, of course, comedian SyRok Foxx, as well as Hustle Queen Miss Michele Young. And shout
Happy
out
birthday.
Hey.
She already started.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Yeah. What?
dear Cameron. Happy
Sing it, girl.
birthday
Hit that note. There you go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Got a special
It's
birthday.
a real one's birthday. It's a real one's
Come on.
birthday.
It's a real one.
Let's
That's
go.
right. That's right. And look, we also have a special guest. We have Miss Chrissy here. One of Cam's.
Chrissy Rose in the
Got her
house.
baby.
I know
On
that's
the
right.
camera.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It is. And as y'all kind of already noticed, yes, we're celebrating a birthday today. Our own producer, Miss Kam Godley. Cam, birthday boy.
Yeah. I applaud myself.
So the AARP card has it come in? Had to. No, but real talk though. Happy birthday, man. We
Appreciate that.
Michelle and I,
Appreciate
we shared how much of an impact and a great friend you are, and just that you've grown us as individuals, especially working in podcasting. I remember my first podcast. I started working with Cam and Hybrid Production, man, and it turned out not just a business partnership, but a friendship, right? So I just again want to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you have a great.
Appreciate that, sir.
So you gonna turn up, man? What's the plan?
I don't know that I'm turn up a bull anymore.
Yes,
you're always turn up a
think-
bull.
Chrissy and Donnie are gonna force me to do a little something.
We're
Yes.
in town.
But-
We're originally from New York, so we got to make sure
Yes.
that you have a good time.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's what I'm
Turn
talking.
up, Cam.
Well, I got a gift for you, man. I got a great dad joke to give you. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I'm right. Okay. Let's get it started. All right. So, what does Donald Trump's hair and a thong have in common?
Give it to me.
They both barely cover the asshole.
That was good.
That
I'm
is
sorry, I
very
like that one.
That was good.
So, Arrington, I guess we know who you gonna choose. Yeah, you do. Without me even saying it.
That was timely.
That was
I
good.
like
That was very good.
That was good.
That's
You
very
gotta
good.
give it to him.
You're
You're like one out of how many now?
I'm undefeated. What you talking
Okay.
No.
What's the first topic today?
about? Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Alvin. Alvin's also back there too.
Yeah.
And we also have Donnie and also visited. And then is my wife still with you?
She's
Yeah,
still
she is in the building
there.
as well too. Hi, honey. So yeah, let's get it going with the first topic. So for you Marvel fans out there, I don't know if y'all seen on social media, Robert Downey Jr. He came out at Comic-Con returning to Marvel. Now he's known for being Iron Man for I think like 10 films he's done playing Iron Man, but he returned as a different role playing Dr. Doom. The character initially was going to be I think a different role is going to be played by Jonathan Major, but
So the breakdown is that Jonathan Majors was playing Kang, and he's
Okay.
the new Marvel big bad. Like Thanos
Yeah.
was the big bad.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan Majors was going to be the big bad, but after his conviction, they separated themselves from him, and now it left a deficit as to who's going to be the big bad. So insert Robert Downey Jr. in the Dr. Doom role. Now, a lot of people are like, well, he was playing Iron Man, et cetera, et cetera. So the breakdown is that Tony Stark, in some reality, does actually become Dr. Doom. So that's what they're playing
Spinning it
to.
off.
And yeah.
So does it mess up the order? Because one thing I fail because I'm very late when it comes to Marvel, right? So I'm not like in like the proper order. I'm like, I catch a film from time to time. Does that mess up, I guess, like the order of like Marvel films and stuff? No, it doesn't.
No.
Okay. Well, they followed up. Paparazzi people in the press have followed up what actor Jonathan Majors asking, man, what's your thoughts on it? Right? He's like, he feels heartbroken because Robert Downey Jr. also had a fairly reckless past back in the day. Like he was in jail for, I think this was like in the late 90s, early 2000s on drug charges. He had his addictions, overcame it, then boom, came back.
And he was outcasted at the time.
He was. So
He was. He absolutely there was a period of time where he could not get anything. Why the Iron Man was so big was because that was his coming back
Mhm.
into the acting fold. He
Mhm.
was quiet for a while. I don't think. I mean, Jonathan Majors is still getting roles. It's not the best of roles.
I ain't seen
I don't
I ain't
think so.
seen
Wasn't he
none.
just in a movie that came out like last year
Everything
or
that
this
he's
year?
been in happened prior to the
Yeah,
trial.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
okay,
nothing.
okay.
I mean,
Anything
he
new.
received like a perseverance award recently.
Oh my god.
He
Just
also
gotta tell you.
he also was doing the jig to Not Like Us. So
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that
I can't erase it from my brain.
I can't either. Like I didn't
Yeah.
know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like he would.
And he had on.
I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it, Megan. Where are you? Stop your man. She was still hugged up on Michael Ealy, but
Oh.
too soon.
Wow.
That girl, she wrapped them legs around him and said, "Oh hi, come here."
I miss you.
Jonathan Major over here checking like, where my keys?
Man.
Y'all done? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Y'all still doing that?
But he gonna have to do
And
his
the glasses
time.
looking down.
He gonna have to do his time like Will Smith, like everyone else. He's just gonna have to wait it out, go into some counseling.
But it's, I feel like it's different for Will because Will was very much still getting roles and
Yeah,
stuff.
he
He just
didn't
banned from the Oscars. That's
Will
like,
didn't
oh,
stop because Bad Boys 4 came out right after the slap. It
Will-
was like the next day.
Will was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do was it Emancipation or so? He did some Inception,
Yeah.
something like that. He did like a civil rights
Oh,
movie. Like he
yeah.
thought, okay, no.
Perfect timing, right?
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you know, I hope that Jonathan Majors will, you know, get some roles very soon because again, he's doing his time. He's serving what he has to do. That was given by the court and stuff. I think some classes and probation, this and that and the other. So he's doing his stuff. But I think it's time for him to get in some, you know, get some.
Do you
film
think
now.
that the difference is?
No, go ahead because I was
okay.
going to ask you a question, but go ahead.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
think that the difference with him? Well, the race card, of course, I think is coming into play. But
Mhm.
also, like, do you think that the difference is the fact that he was still saying that he was not guilty? Like he's not owning exactly what's you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's like yes, but it's like it's difficult too because there's a film showing him running from this chick,
Yeah.
you know, in Times Square. It's like the man running
Trying
in
to
a
get
suit,
away
like
from
get
her.
away. Like if she's chasing him, so and like seeing that, it's like it's hard to call that man the threat when you're chasing him and he's trying to avoid you.
I
But
agree.
hey, it there were bruises, so you can't say they wasn't
That's what
tussling.
and I was going to say, I don't want to be that guy, but like we saw what we saw, but
Yeah,
he was convicted, I think, of what happened before we saw what we saw. I think. I could be wrong.
It was convicted for like domestic issues.
It
before
was,
that,
Yeah.
right?
some type of battery or something
Mhm.
like
it
that.
was, and I think, but it
Yeah.
was
She
for,
dropped the charges as well.
yes.
Oh, yeah?
yes.
And then they still chose to prosecute.
Okay.
Oh, 'cause
Toxic-
the state picked it up anyway.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
and it's difficult because he was at the peak, man. I mean, Creed makes so much money.
Yeah.
Marvel alone is, you know, you is they're strict because they were already ready. Oh, what allegations? Gots to go. To me, that was unfair because it's like you're doing stuff before you actually see, you know, proper.
So here's the thing, like Marvel didn't make a move until the conviction. They didn't get rid of him. Like they were just quiet, basically. They were waiting until the court decision, and when the court decision happened, that's when they separated.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's 2024. I feel this happened. I think in 2023, but it's still in this era when it comes to domestic violence, especially when a man, you know, harms a female. It can't be. It's just you can't like be like, oh,
Yeah.
let's look at the fact. Let's wait for it. No, it's like okay, something has to be done. So
Yeah.
man. So hey, we wish you all the luck, Jonathan. You know, hopefully, like your, you know, some gigs will start coming up. But
And
I'll
just be less corny.
I don't
Nah, he's corny as hell.
he is corny.
Nah,
I
he's a
mean, in real
cornball.
life-
He was hard during
he
the
was
press.
an amazing actor.
Oh
though,
yeah,
like,
for
I
sure.
find that there's a lot of actors out there that we love and
That
who
are
are corny.
awkward.
Like,
That's
yeah.
why
like-
we should just see less of him.
You know what's funny
Like,
though?
I
Like
love Lakeith Stanfield. He's amazing. But
Oh,
every
yeah.
time I see him in real life, I'm just like in the interviews, I'm like,
Yeah, he's different.
you have like the real like
He's
hardcore
different.
like okay this dude is for real. Like I was watching this old clip of Denzel and Jamie Foxx talking on a couch. I think Jamie Foxx was just like kind of I'm like, Denzel acts just like his film. Like nothing changes at all.
100%.
His personality.
Swag,
100%.
regardless. I mean, funny is on the like. It was so sharp.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of guys that's like, wow, you were the opposite of your role. This is not good at all.
Thank
He's
God,
not
because
cool
some
at
movies
all.
are scary, and I would not want them to be anything like their role. Like some of
But
these
at
horror
least
films, I'm like,
at least be a little
no.
cool.
Hey, look, a lot of people really hate Blair Underwood.
I heard he's a
they like that.
total asshole.
Really?
Yeah.
They hate that, but they like you play 20
Yeah.
bad roles, but I take that to heart. You really
Yeah.
play.
No, but I think I heard that he's
think you
like,
really.
yeah. I could be wrong, but I think
That's
I heard
scary. He
that.
got a little too in character.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Well, look. I wanna also bring in another quick story before we move on to SyRok's segment. Singer Maya recently has said on People Magazine that she's been celibate for 7 years, and it's like the best thing she could ever do, and it's not even like a focus to her now, like as far as like, oh, have to have sex. So my question I want to ask y'all,
Is she single?
I'm pretty sure she is.
I hope so.
Apparently.
I feel like in that interview that you're referencing,
Mhm.
it sounded like she just keeps her relationships under wraps. So I wouldn't be surprised if at this point she's like in a relationship.
She
Okay.
just doesn't want to admit
okay.
it.
Yeah.
But
Possibly.
my question was gonna be like, how long could y'all be celibate for?
What's today?
Man.
Nah.
Yeah, go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, Ken, go ahead, birthday boy.
If you want to hear.
Ooh, taking a long time.
How should I
Ken.
say this? There's no time, but I'm very in tune with myself. So
But does
that
that
allows
count?
me to not, yeah.
Does that count?
Because that I
She's
feel like
celibate.
I feel like the
think
thing
that shit- I think
circling
it's true. I
around
think it is.
celibacy is like you don't do dumb shit for the purpose of getting sex. At least that's what it is in my head.
I mean,
Yeah.
is she also including?
Stop trying to cheat the system.
self-pleasuring?
How long, Michelle? You're nasty,
Well,
Michelle. Like, so does that really mean that?
Does that mean you can't be your own relationship?
That doesn't count.
I'm just saying.
Can I treat myself? Can I treat
count.
Because
myself?
in that case, I was a military wife through 4 year to year and a half deployments, so I technically was celibate for long periods of time. Didn't want to, but now probably a different situation. I don't know. Probably couldn't.
Well, Chrissy,
probably be
welcome to the show. What about you?
Yeah. Nice to meet y'all.
We're gonna jump to that right away.
I'll be honest, very transparent. I have about a year in me.
Okay. That's great.
Okay.
I have just about a year. And at that point, it's like,
Yeah.
gotta figure this
So
out.
at the year mark, like what's more likely for you to backslide or for
I
you
don't
to
go backwards.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't go backwards.
Okay.
We end for a reason.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
Amen to that.
But figuring out who the new person is just as difficult.
It's
but-
yeah.
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 Could be a whole see the thing about backsliding is it could be a can of worms, but you know that can of worms. And you decide how much of that can of worms you want to deal with. As opposed to, I mean, if you
Yeah.
are like potentially finding a situation, then that's very different. Then,
Sounds very toxic, Cam.
hey,
Well, I could probably go for 30 days, like good 30 days.
that's a very exact number,
30
bro.
days, man. It's a month. 30 days. I mean, look, dry January, sober October. Like, I mean, like 30 days. Man, 30 days.
That's alcohol.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm saying it's also something that I'm just saying that's always been that's always like the number. Like if I need to, like if I'm trying out a new diet, okay, I'm gonna do it for 30 days. If I'm doing this 30, I feel like 30 days has always been like my like prime number that is like a good, but
Okay.
yeah, 30 days.
Okay.
I feel like it depends on how the.
Now I'm be
previous
struggling now. I'm be
situation
itching. I'm be,
ended, though. Yeah,
like I'm in rehab, like sweat, like okay, is it almost over?
Fiending.
I'll be feeding.
Fiend.
Like like if it was like a really bad divorce or like you really went through some serious trauma, like for me I could go definitely longer because I'm gonna be like I don't want nobody to touch me, I don't want to touch nobody. I don't because like when you go through a breakup, it actually the first time you do after, sometimes I don't know if this happens to men, but sometimes I've cried like after because I'm like why did I do that too soon?
I definitely
Like
cried.
I don't know if you ever experienced that, but just like if you did
I've
it
never
too soon.
cried, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm a crier.
Yeah.
They pick
Yeah.
up
I want
on
to say Michelle. Yeah,
I'm
Michelle is
very
a crier.
sentimental.
Yeah.
But like
Like,
like
we
if
have
you
the
feel
we have
like
the
you
Kleenex on
should've-
standby just
I
in
know
case.
we
Like,
don't
so.
even have a box out here.
Uh,
You know I cry every.
I know.
But yeah, like I feel like that makes a difference. for us women
Mhm.
per se. Like if I'm really devastated, I'm not even gonna be. It's gonna take a lot to turn me on by somebody else. Like I'm gonna be looking
can
at
see
everybody
that.
like,
Which is also why I wait a year, because I feel like I need that emotional connection for the sex to even be good.
Whew, but a year, that's,
So, like,
that's a long time.
I mean, how often do you come across someone that you like actually make a connection with? You know,
That's
so
right.
it's like
it's true.
that emotional component
Yeah.
is really important.
Yeah.
Very true.
But I have a
very
question for the fellas.
Okay.
true. Give
Okay.
it to us. Give it to us.
I've heard that there are men out there who preserve their
Semen.
yes.
Yo.
Semen.
Yo.
We're talking about semen
Yo.
retention.
Heritage.
Preserve it.
I was like, how do I want to
Semen
say this?
retention is a thing.
Yeah. Oh, it is a whole thing.
It's a
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I read something that a doctor said it's supposed to like,
Help you focus.
well, you have to like let it out to as far as preventing like prostate, like protecting prostate. So
Oh.
that I have heard. So I'm losing as far as like the actual amount of times like per week he said, but it was I've been like 24 times a week or 35. It was like a big number. Maybe a month. I could be lying. It could have been a month, but
that type of
24
time?
times a week
That's
is
3 to 4
crazy.
times a day. That's gonna cause some serious intimacy issues.
but
24 times.
it might have been a month. It might have been a
week
month. I
is
can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember.
That's a lot.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the story, but that's what they have. But yeah.
So what have you heard about it? Like, have you heard about it?
I've just heard men talking about it. So,
Okay.
of course, I won't know the benefits or how accurate it
Right.
might be. But like,
Right.
I'm always curious to hear like, is there someone out there that's done this and can actually speak to its benefits? Because
It's not me.
Yeah, I've seen some
No
videos.
bullshit.
Like, what's that one? There's a podcaster who he regularly practices it. I cannot remember his name. I'll have to look him up. But he says that he does it because he feels like women become such a big distraction to his business life, to where he has periods where he will engage.
But that's just
and periods
that's
he won't.
celibacy,
which is
though.
why settling down actually makes sense. But that's a whole in a monogamous way. But that's a
Yeah.
whole separate.
Well, you know, it's funny too, like because we're still the Olympics are still going on, and for quite some time they like did not allow like any sexual encounters amongst
They
other
said
athletes.
that.
Yeah.
They said
Are they
that.
in the
now-
shower
But now they're
here?
allowing. They give them permission. Like, hey, look.
There was like what a ridiculous number of condoms that
Oh, yeah,
that
they
like
allowed-
dropped
yeah.
off in
They-
Paris
That's
for
what
the
I'm saying.
Olympics.
They said that they didn't, but you get all
But it's
those
distraction to
athletes
some athletes.
in
Like,
Olympic Village, and everybody's sexy. Like everyone is intoned, everybody, and it's
Everybody.
right there. You think they weren't like? Come on. It was a
Testosterone on 10, both ways.
Cam,
both ways.
Men and women.
Cam, like I don't compete in about 3 days. What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
What's good?
I got a
I'm
nice
prime
little
time, baby.
window.
I'm prime time. I'm not doing.
Or just
Like-
got
do
the
the
gold
morning.
medal. Time to celebrate.
I know, right?
Ain't never gonna see these people again.
Nope.
That's true. That
And
is
then
true.
you got your choice of countries too, because it's just not American on American.
Oh, you went beyond.
Oh,
the-
yeah.
Oh yeah, Cam thought about this. Cam thought about this, right?
No, you got the whole world
international.
right there.
So you
Which
would speak
continent
the
am I
same
getting?
language?
What?
He said, I'm trying to hit every
This
country
only-
by the
this-
end.
The language of love is universal.
Only Cam, y'all.
They don't need to
Oh,
be
gosh.
any words for them. Like, oh
That
yeah.
is hilarious.
They told the story of, oh, we restricted a bullshit. Bullshit.
That is funny, but I mean, I could imagine that though. I mean, hey, they want to stay focused, they don't want to be distracted. I can see that too. But fam, great convo for. Let me text this. Let me call in our good friend comedian SyRok Foxx. It's about that time. It's time for SyRok. What you think?
Embarrassing. We'll cut this out.
Hello.
Give some time. Give some time.
Well,
Your call has been forwarded to
Oh.
voicemail.
Whoa.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
Mm.
Should I try again?
Yeah, one more time.
Okay, one more time.
And then we'll cut the Michelle.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Sent directly to voicemail.
Maybe that was him trying to call you
he
back
might
as you were
be.
calling him.
There you go. Okay, so then third time's a charm. All right.
Now you both are like, ooh, should I call back or should they call back?
Your call has been forwarded to an.
an.
God damn it.
Give it 10
We
seconds.
try to act professional, y'all. We try to act
10
professional.
seconds. Mm.
Dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum. One last time.
Last time.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Wow.
You
We're
hurt.
here.
You hurt Arrington's feelings, bro.
How?
When you didn't pick up.
That's the first time they called.
Wait, what?
That's the first time I called. I called 3 times prior, sir.
You hold on 1 second. Yeah. So wait, right now, are we recording?
Yeah, you're live
Well,
right
we're-
now.
We're not live. We're
Oh.
going to go into it.
I was about to say, happy birthday, motherfucker.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Look, so we filming the 48-hour film festival right now. Last year I won, Best Actor. So we wanted to really try to do what we could and, try again. And this time shoot for winning the whole contest. So it's pretty serious here right now.
Dope.
Okay,
Dope.
congrats,
That's
man.
really so
Congrats.
cool.
What I'm talking about.
We won't hold you for long, sir. We know you're a busy man today or this weekend.
Oh, I'm Gucci. I'm ready to rock.
Okay.
All right, man. Well, it's about the time, y'all. It's time for SyRok. What you think?
Attention, please. It's time for
It's time for SyRok. What you think?
Hey, 757, so much love for y'all coming back to the SyRok What You Think segment and asking all these questions again. At first, I thought y'all wasn't rocking with it because there was no questions in the inboxes. So I didn't know what we was doing. But then I realized I had my profile on private. So my bad.
That would do it.
Yeah, I turned off my inbox. I didn't want to talk to none of y'all. I apologize for that. But I fixed it. And we started getting questions
It's a way
again.
to show your respect to the folks.
Yeah.
And this time somebody hit me up all the way from the STL, like always. Shout out to the 314. They hit me up and they told me, SyRok, what do you think about people who go traveling knowing they can't afford it? And listen, I have seen so many times where someone would go on a lavish vacation, they would share all these amazing pictures, and next thing you know, they have a GoFundMe to get their lights turned back on by the time they get back. I am so tired of seeing these people charging up all this energy for the community back behind them for paying their water bills. Hey, how you doing?
Preach it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I don't know what these folks, I don't know what they be doing. You got to plan for your get back. Meaning when you get back home, do you got enough money to keep your utilities on? If the answer's no, maybe you shouldn't go. That's all I'm saying.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. What's even funny is the fact that, like you said, they'd be on a trip to Bali and be like, you like 2 months behind on your rent. Where's this
Man.
Bali trip come from?
That's wild.
I can't even do that. Like my brain won't. Like I can't.
There's an eviction notice on the house as we speak. He's
Just be
on top of an
Listen,
elephant, like, yo, live
There
my best
have been times where I went vacationing and I didn't spend a lot of money because I knew I had responsibilities on the way back.
I know that.
But I feel like it's different than being broke in general. Like
Right.
I was on the trip budgeting. I didn't want to spend more than $100 where I was at. But when I got back, I was still comfortable. I didn't have to borrow no money from my mama or nothing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't know. Maybe some of these people shouldn't travel as much.
I agree. So yeah, you guys know we're going on vacation. I'm going with the whole group of people to Orlando for a week. So I created a memo, a shared memo. I listed everything we're doing, the price of it. I said, this is the budget, have an extra $500 for food and stuff. And I told everybody, if you cannot afford these things, do not come. And I told my own son that, and he's 17. He working every week. He working 7 days a week right now to save his
stacking
$1,000.
up.
He got $800
He
in his
Yeah.
account right
He
now.
gonna see Mickey.
I said you're gonna pay your way. Everybody paying their way because when we get there, I don't want to hear anybody say, "Can you get me?" If somebody
Yeah.
says, "Can you get me?" You staying in the resort.
Michelle pretty much
Yeah.
said, "Raise your hand if you got money." All right, y'all. The ones that don't
Yeah.
have, I'm not invited.
You get yourself. I'm not getting you and everyone else every
Yeah.
time we go to eat.
You do not
because
want to
that's
be the broke
ridiculous.
friend on the trip. That is just not the one. That's
But,
so
but the thing is,
embarrassing.
SyRok, some people don't have a problem with that though.
Yeah.
Their priorities just aren't in order.
Yeah.
See, you're not gonna guilt
Yeah.
trip me into helping you out on a vacation you knew you had to plan for. Come on, I don't just pop up and say, "Hey, let's go to Las Vegas." No,
Yeah.
I say something at least 4 or 5 months before I
That's
actually go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like SyRok. How many times have you heard, "Man, I got you next time, man. I got you next time."
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you say that. I said that to you a couple times.
That reminds me,
I
hey
got
man,
you
I'm still
next
waiting
year,
on that
brother. I
money.
got
I'm still waiting on that money.
You go, "Hey man, tequila is my
That
crutch."
full $3.50.
That full $3, you right.
You know
$3.75 to be
them drinks
exact.
be
No.
10. Eric should be mad because the drink be $10, and that's why he be wanting that money back.
I'm just
Well,
saying, man, these
listen,
rest will be getting over.
This has been a segment for your SyRok What You Think. I appreciate y'all like always. Look, if you got a question for me, go ahead and hit me in the inbox on the In Your City 2. That's the number, In Your City 2 on Instagram, or you follow me on Instagram at The Real SyRok. Listen, I want y'all to pay attention to the 48-hour film festival because Fortresses, along with myself and a few other companies, are in cahoots. And we're going to have a major release on all the behind-the-scenes footage that it took to submit to the 48-hour film festival and our placement. So thank you so much. And I appreciate y'all listening to us on Apple Music and iHeartRadio. Much love.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace and blessing, boss man.
My guy.
All right, B1.
Yes, sir.
Great stuff, great stuff. Well, look, y'all. Great, SyRok. What you think, man? I think that's a huge issue that occurs, especially with young people and in certain communities. It's like, man, smart. Like money management is very important. I mean, it has to start from the root to the tip with this. So I hope
Chrissy started to add. You said something about the priorities thing.
Yeah, people just don't have their priorities in order. And at the end of the day, like you never want to be a burden to anybody. You never even like staying at the resort. It's like, yeah, that's an option, but people if you're there, people want to enjoy the experience with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like booking a one-way ticket is not the answer.
Ooh, that's
And then
wild.
figuring out how to get home.
Yeah, that's wild.
Out.
That's wild.
Figuring out how to get
Figuring
That's
it, yo,
not it.
that's wild.
Just don't go. Don't commit.
But that's why it's so. That's why like homelessness in Hawaii is so high.
it is. It is.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. The cost of living out there is
Because
as
how
expensive as Cali.
how you get it back?
Yeah, it's very
It's got to be on a
expensive
plane.
to go there. Yeah, you're
And
right.
if you
That's wild.
go there and
Why
it
would you buy a one-way ticket
Anywhere.
to
look
Yeah,
living on a prayer.
There you go.
Oh, you halfway there.
quite literally.
That was a good one. 10 points for Cam. 10 points for birthday boy. That was a good one.
Nowadays, it's dangerous enough to buy round trip. You might still not get
But
back.
but you
in
know what?
time.
That's why it's like it's so popular when you see people like influencers like really embracing like staycations, right?
Yeah.
No one was in your community. Oh, did you know this was here? You know this there? You can make a very affordable spot by
Absolutely.
not doing the whole lavish. Oh, let me go out the country. You don't have to always go out of the country.
Going to Bali when your rent isn't paid is
I'm sorry,
It's crazy.
that's true. Fact.
Go
That
to
is
Bali
not.
when you have charges pending against you.
Oh.
Also insane.
Yeah, that is
But
insane.
people do it.
People do it.
no extradition.
People do it.
And he bought a one-way ticket. We're talking about Russell Simmons.
Did he do the same thing?
Oh yeah, Diddy too. But I think Diddy came back.
Well, hey,
The
but
fact
did-
that they can even get on the plane and get through TSA.
I mean, if you
I
don't,
think
if
Diddy
you
got
not,
stopped though on the airway.
Yeah.
They like
even
on the
if it's
track.
pending, it should still red flag you.
People got connects like that. I guess.
Yeah, that
I don't know.
too.
Look, asking for a friend.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess if you're not actively in court, and because I don't think
That's crazy.
Diddy has any charges that are
No,
actively.
they're building their case.
Yeah.
Man,
And
that's
everything else has
a
been
whole nother
civil.
story because there's some new stuff
Man.
happening with him that is not pretty.
What
as far
now?
as with Tupac,
Oh yeah,
that's like really.
What about
What?
Pac?
but
Well, I mean, I
Go
guess
ahead,
I gotta
you
bring
might
it
as well
up.
say
I'm
it
sorry,
now.
I gotta bring. So, the gentleman that they arrested recently of the suspected killing of not suspected but the killing
Keefe
D, something
Yeah.
like that. He's brought up Diddy's name 77 times when they were talking about people like involved all this other stuff. So now like Tupac's family is reassembling a legal team because they're like,
This is weird.
hold up.
But he doubled back on that. He recanted his statements. I
He
heard.
did, but it's coming back. Like, and that's the thing he did when they first arrested him. He brought up his name, brought it back. Then they came back with some more information. I mean, it's. I will say it's suspect where you have literally you're there when Biggie was shot. You're there when Tupac was shot. Like you're there and you never got a scratch. I'm sorry. It's just stuff looks a little sus sometimes. Stuff looks a little sus. But yeah, that's what's going on with Diddy. But yeah, no, good, SyRok. What you think? But it's also time for another great segment of the show. It's time for Michelle's Corner.
It is now time for Michelle's Corner.
What's going on? So we are like talking about toxic people today. I feel like there's a lot of toxic people that we have referenced, and so we're just gonna keep rolling. I've been in some really, really toxic relationships in my life, and a lot of people in my life have also experienced those. And so I was having a conversation with a good friend the other day, and we were bringing up kind of the effects of being in toxic relationships, especially long term, and how it affects how you view a future relationship that is actually really healthy and nurturing. And so, I know I've had to admit to myself allowing myself to remain in toxic relationship. And then when I'm with somebody who's actually healthy and really genuinely wants to love me, and feeling like I was bored. And because of that, actually sabotaging the entire relationship or friendship. And this is not just, obviously intimate relationships. People do this with family. People do this with your friends and with your intimate partners. But just having, you can get so trained, brainwashed, and addicted to the highs and the lows, which, I had a counselor tell me, the endorphins that are released that, basically when the fight is over and, going through, oh my God, I'm going to lose you, or you're going to hurt me. And then, okay, everything's back to being safe again. We're back to being okay again this week or today. That endorphin release is just as addicting as heroin.
Yeah.
And so because of that, when you get out of those relationships and then you go into something that's very, very healthy and calm and peaceful, you almost can find yourself bored. I say, quote, bored with the sex, because sex in a lot of these toxic relationships is very extreme. It can be very, very toxic, extreme, encounters. And, then you try to make love to somebody who actually genuinely loves you. And over the course of weeks and months, you're just like, all right, is this supposed to be this way? I feel bored. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
And, I know personally for myself, I had to go through like severe like therapy, like exposure therapy, to be able to reset my brain back to, it's okay to be with somebody who's just safe. That's okay. That's actually how it's supposed to be. You shouldn't actually feel on the edge every day of like crying and feeling like you're going to lose somebody, or being on the edge of thinking they're going to put their hands on you in some way, shape, or form. But it affects us long term when you don't deal with it. It's like we talk about therapy a lot on social media, but I feel like not a lot of people will allow themselves to be vulnerable in therapy to really correct the problem to begin with. And we just, okay, I'm just going to go on to the next person. And that first 2-3 months, it's like such a breath of fresh air. And you're like, oh my God, they're so sweet. They're so kind. It feels so safe. And then at some points, 3 to 6 months, you're like, the itch comes and you're like, I'm bored.
Yep.
What am I bored with though?
Yep.
Like what is actually boring? And the only thing I can really think of is if you don't have people in your life to hold you accountable, who know what you've been through, things that you've done, good and bad, everything about you, it's going to be very difficult to maneuver these relationships and not destroy other people. and continue to destroy yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to constantly chase a high that ultimately destroys you. Well, what are y'all's thoughts? Have y'all experienced these type of relationships?
Deep. No.
Girl. Yeah.
I need to throw in the Kleenex. I see some Kleenex right there.
Oh no, there won't be any tears over this man.
She said she's not gonna cry.
No. We're past that. We're very much past that. I just identify with everything you're saying as someone who is an advocate of therapy, someone who's a licensed social worker and has provided therapy to others as well. And currently in therapy, I just appreciate everything you're saying. Being self-aware is a statement that is overused these days. People think that just because they think about what's going on in the situation, it makes them self-aware, right? Without actually doing any work, without actually making the connections, without actually addressing the patterns that exist within who they're dating and how they're dating. So yes. And I also will be very transparent. As I said earlier, I too have had some toxic tendencies in dating, right? Being from New York City, I love a bad boy. I do. And I want to say I have.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the process now of trying to shift from that. Cam knows. We talk about this stuff all the time. So there's absolutely something there for sure. I think a lot more women need to address the fact that the bad boy is not it. It's fun, it's thrilling, but you need stability in a relationship. If you're in a monogamous relationship, you need stability.
Yeah.
The bad boy thing is not going to get you that at all. So there have been so many lessons. I don't even know where you want to take it, but
so Chris, I would have asked,
Uh-huh.
Would you say like society plays a part in it? Because I was like telling Michelle earlier, we look at what's the most highest rated must-see TV reality shows. What's the prime, theme of drama, fighting,
lack
arguing.
of reality shows.
I mean, and not trying to take a personal shot, but I'll just say, like, for example, Jocelyn Hernandez, she ain't successful off of music. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Hey, that again, no personal
shot. Throw the hell out of a shoe though.
She had that one song, but no.
But it's like drama, and it's like everywhere you go, it's like okay, toxic, especially when it comes to relationship, right? And they play this abnormal, narrative, right? This abnormal narrative, and people just follow that, especially people that are suffering with or have issues within their own relationship. They're probably embracing that. It's like, well, it's not stopping them, so it's like it's hard to kind of erase from it, where it's like everywhere you turn to is that's in your peripheral.
Absolutely.
And when you said when you first said New York, it's like
yeah. I will say whatever seeds that are planted and what you water will grow. So I don't watch reality TV for that reason. I'm very much like a product of my environment, who I hang around, so I'm mindful of that. Other people might say like, oh no, I don't, that doesn't affect me, but it does at some point, right? So I don't do reality TV for that exact reason. I think a lot of people also should be mindful of what's the example of love that you grew up with.
Yeah.
That plays a huge role in are you willing to accept love? Are you willing to give love? Do you know what that looks like? Like, it's just so uncommon.
That's hard for the person that hasn't witnessed it within their own, like for kids that were raised in not a 2-person or 1-parent household, stuff like that. It's difficult to be like, this is how it's supposed to go. Oh,
and then to your earlier point, like you learn it through TV, through media, film, and then that's not reality. Also, it's fictional, right? So like, it's hard. It takes a lot of work, but at the very least, millennials these days, and especially Gen Zers, we're all about therapy. We're all about making sure that we're addressing the things. So I'm hopeful, but dating in 2024 sucks.
Oh.
That's another show right there.
Yeah.
Cam, what's your thoughts on it, man?
Well, this particular topic is very near and dear to me right now. No, but I agree with everything Michelle said, and I've witnessed it firsthand on a few occasions. I'll share a story because there are no names involved, but a close person to me, male, said that he told me that a woman told him that she couldn't. How did she put this? He was too nice, and she wished that she didn't want him to hit her, but wished that she had the fear that he might do it.
That's exactly.
Run.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Run. He didn't lose
Oh,
out
and
on
he did.
anything.
Yeah.
And he
Okay.
did. The second she said that, he was like, "Oh no, that's yeah." So it's shit like that that's out there, even on a lesser scale.
So
Like she doesn't want to get hit, but she wants to fear that she might get hit.
She
Because I'm
could.
pretty sure she was in situations
That's called
before.
emotional abuse. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want physical abuse, but the emotional abuse, please. Give
Absolutely,
more of that.
absolutely.
Like, what?
And he got the hell out of Dodge.
Wow.
I've seen situations where I have dealt with women that needed a certain type of toxicity to feel like it was. And Michelle and I had this conversation earlier this week, and I had the same conversation with Chrissy. They feel like there needs to be a certain amount of toxicity around them, and guys are no different. I've had conversation with dudes where they say that they feel a certain thing when a woman does a certain thing, and I'm like, dude, that wouldn't fly with me. Like, there's certain things that I'm not going to like. Nah, I'm too old for that. Like, we gotta.
Also, when I was young, I'm like, I just don't want any drama. Like, what's so wrong with having a drama free? You know what I mean? That's just crazy.
It's apparent. Like,
it's trained.
It's boring.
It's
apparently,
and I even will go as far to say a big red flag if you start dating somebody that you know that's what they're chasing is making statements like, "See that girl talking to me? Aren't you jealous?" Or a woman saying, "You not jealous? This guy sent me these messages in the inbox. You not jealous? You don't care? He trying to get at me?" Like, stuff like that is a red flag, big time.
I would
because
never even
why would you
entertain
want
that.
somebody? I don't want the person I love to fuel my head with, I have a reason to be jealous. I feel like I can't let my guard down, and I need to act a certain way for you to feel like I love you. I shouldn't have to act like a psycho and cuss some random woman out who did nothing wrong for you to feel like I love you enough. Like, that's just like something. It's a very passive thing that a lot of people in relationships do. It's a passive way to slowly creep down that road. And I feel like as I know, as I get older, like I said at the beginning of this year, is my 40th year of life, I refuse to allow my behaviors to go back down any path, whether I accept it or whether I give it. And so now, I know, Kam, even in business, when people start going this way, I'm cutting you off. Goodbye immediately. Like, because I can't afford to lose more years where I should be doing big things because I'm, chasing people who need therapy.
Right.
Like, I put in the work. I expect other people to put in the work. And if you love yourself enough in general, you'll expect other people to put in the work therapy wise to be healthy for you. They need to be healthy for themselves first, but if they can't be healthy
a whole
for
bar
themselves,
out here.
be healthy for you.
Yeah.
I feel like we just need to play that video of Jonathan Majors running the street. Run! But I mean, literally, but no, that was very powerful. I can't say anything after that, Michelle. That was a good one. But y'all, I think we're gonna continue to celebrate more. Again, it's Kam's birthday, so we turn up over here. I hope y'all enjoyed another great episode of In Your City. We want to thank Miss Chrissy for co-hosting with us. Thank you so much. You're always invited. We had a blast.
Before we close out, I think you had one more topic that you had discussed.
Oh, you're right. Hold up. The topic, guys, going back to kind of like relationship toxic, all this other stuff. So this influencer had said real men don't split bills with women. Now, it's a back and forth. Obviously, it's going viral, on social media. This is not just in relationship, but just in general. What's your first reaction once you hear that statement? Real men don't.
Just in general, like all the way through. Like, she just don't ever need to pay for anything, huh?
I'm annoyed. I get annoyed when I hear that.
Only
because I'm like, I do feel like we're in a time where women, a lot of us work. We work full time,
110%,
and we're contributing to the household, in various ways, taking care of the kids, taking care of significant other, working, trying to build our dreams. I get annoyed when I hear stuff like that because not every situation is an all-in-one rule. Like, there are situations where a man can stay at home and take care of the kids while the woman has a career, or the woman can stay at home, take care of the kids, or just stay at home and, maybe start to build her business. I'm
Right.
tired of people putting all these relationships in boxes based on who's paying for what, who
Mhm.
does what job, whose family is wealthier or whatever. I'm just so tired of it. Like, I think every individual family or couple, you have your own rules. If it's 50-50, if it's 100-0, like, you have your own rules,
100%.
and everybody needs to mind their own damn business.
I always hate when it starts off a real woman or a real man, and this I'm like, hold up.
Toxic.
Yeah.
It
Off
kills
the
me.
rip.
It
Off
kills
the
me
rip.
because it's like, okay, what's your true definition? First of all, this influencer, by the way, 26 years old, so I'm trying to see what's the real
Hasn't
definition.
been knocked in the ass if you
But
don't
isn't he like rich? Like,
He's a millionaire. He got the funds. He has funds. But it regardless, it doesn't matter. And I'm trying to remember because I think we talked about it here on the pod a while back. But there was a video showing husband and wife was at, I think, one of her girlfriend's birthdays, and they went after him because he didn't pick the bill. I think for the full table, he just paid
for himself
and
his wife, and the birthday girl, himself, his wife, and the birthday girl. Those 3 or 4 other randos.
I wouldn't pay for them either.
And then they were threatening.
You ain't no real
and then
man.
they
You
were
ain't no
threatening to leave.
Yeah, they were. That's wild. Why'd you come? Again, it goes back to what SyRok said. Why would you go to dinner too with no money in
Before
your
dinner.
account? I would never, if somebody asked me on a date, I'm never going to dinner unless I can pay for both, just in case.
I also question that person's friend group. Why are these people your friends?
Yeah.
That's
just,
weird.
like,
toxic.
They
To
just
me, those are
entourage.
values
That's
that
an
are just-
entourage.
That's 100%.
Hell no.
100%. Now, with this particular one, as you watch it, it seems more and more like it wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I can see that being a thing. And if that is a thing, then I agree with you. Like, who are these women and why are they a part of anybody's life if that's their mindset?
That was
because that's not where it manifested.
Mm-mm.
That attitude, that way of thinking came out way before that dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So
like to add with this guy saying, I remember when Sheer and I was dating, and even now, like in the early stages of our relationship, I was always the one that I chose to be like, no, I got, because I just wanted to show like, hey, I'm that person. I want to be the
100%.
provider now. So,
100%.
but you know what though? I look forward because when my wife said, "Baby, I gotta say, I'm gonna spend," I'll be like, "Ooh, okay." I'm like, "Ooh, you probably me." And the thing is, it's not a who makes what. No, it's just the fact that you know what I have to. What's she saying back there? I no, it's for real. I just always be like, no, I'm that. I'm that provider. I told your parents I will be your protector, take care of you. So I'm gonna open the door for you, this and that and the other. I'm working on the muscle part. I'm still working out, but but for real, that was me in like the early stage. And I still kind of struggle, now, but I am more like, oh, like, no, you got it, because I mean,
but I'm much like that. Like I don't mind doing the lion's share.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I can, I will. But every now and then, if you want to treat,
well, times is hard now. I look at her 24/7. Like you got this, right? Okay.
Y'all eat out a lot too, though.
We rock paper scissors a lot.
Y'all eat out a lot.
We do. That's a hard one.
How many times?
That's
and how long it's taken me to date, and I'll actually allow for a guy to pay for me, like in full. The first date, sure, of course, but after that, it's a challenge for me not to reach.
No, but
every
see,
so often.
I appreciate that. Even if I tell you,
here's
no.
why. Here's why. Because of that toxic mentality that we were talking about. Exactly. For me, I sometimes automatically believe until I get to know you, I don't believe it's a safe enough space for you to even do for me without me retaliating against.
Got it.
So,
I dealt with something similar, but yeah, I got you.
So I need to first like trust that. Okay, no, it's safe. It's okay. They can pay sometimes. Like, and my friends will tell you too. Like, shut up. I got this. Like, I know you're gonna say something about it, but like, just deal with it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to like be able to like, no, it's fine. They got it. It's okay.
I'm similar to that.
Yeah.
Yes,
and it's not a trust thing. It's just I don't want you paying. Like,
it depends on the person and situation. It's all situational.
Yeah.
But for me, sometimes it's I will have my doubts of feeling small if I don't. And it's like that's the hardest thing when I'm always like saying, no, I got you. Or perfect example. We going out, babe, I'll drive. No, I'll drive. It's not a fact that I'm thinking like, oh, I'm scared she'll drive. No, I was like, no, I don't want to be driven by a female.
I always assume the role of driver. Like that was, and that's been imprinted to me as like that's what I saw growing up.
It's insane.
You know what I'm saying? Like the man drove. Like that. Every example of grown couples that were around me, that's what it was.
Like, even when it wasn't your car, it was like, oh, this your car? I'm driving.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you got the better car. We're gonna show up in the better car, but I'm driving. Right? Yeah, that's what I've seen.
That's where, like, for me with that, and again, it's no disrespect to a female. It's just for me personally, I'm always like saying, no, let me do it. Yeah. And fingers crossed. Oh, let it go through. Let it go through.
You can't be a passenger princess, Arrington.
Now I can. I'm comfortable as hell now. Shoot, I'm tired. I'm taking this man. We go all the way back. Oh, you got this, man.
That's one thing I definitely can't do. I cannot sleep as a passenger. Oh,
you're too tall. You're too tall.
No. Why?
No,
is it a fear thing?
It's not a fear thing. It's just I could never relax myself enough to just be like, all right, I'm gonna take this quick. No.
Oh no. It's so
that's
funny.
why I might as well just be driving.
It is so funny when Sierra and I are on road trips, man. And it bugs her. It bugs me too. Sierra will go to sleep right in the first 5 minutes. I'm like, damn, we got 7 hours. No conversation, no nothing. And then if she's driving, she turns up the music loud, got that thing on cold. How can I even get comfortable like this? I'm trying to talk and I'm sure.
She got to stay awake to drive.
Everybody's up. Everybody's up.
So it's so funny because we will be like, okay, visiting my in-laws. It's like, okay, about 7 hours, man. I got like a podcast, whatever. It's like such.
Well, if you put podcast on, of course she's gonna fall asleep.
I would fall asleep on a podcast.
She'll fall asleep with music regardless. I don't know. Maybe the engine just be like. She did not want to have a conversation with her man.
Our trust of you in driving. And
I don't know. She probably said, "No, I just don't want to talk to Spirit right now when I drive." My baby is not person like, "Oh, you want to talk?" Nah, I'm good.
We talk all the time.
Oh my gosh, funny stuff. Yeah. But Family Man, truly, this is one of a great show, man. I hope you enjoyed the birthday celebration. We still got some more celebration to do, Cam. But again, folks, please continue to follow us on all social media platforms. Instagram is In Your City too. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever all your major podcast platforms, as well as YouTube. In Your City. We gonna continue to celebrate with Cam, man.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday!
Hey.